Assalamualaikum. Welcome, family. Oh, this shit wrong. Let's do that one. Let's get the family in here. So it's a Thursday. It's 1:13. Shout out to the 13. It's 1:13. We're gonna get this rolling. Peace to the family. I knew I was gonna have some people in here on Peace Labs. So this is what we're doing. So I'm starting something new on this YouTube channel where we'll be producing beautiful content. I have 60 minutes with ANPU, a new series that I'm dropping with my good brother DP Valentine, and we also gonna be doing these lives now only on YouTube. I'm not doing any more lives like on what's the word again, on Instagram, any of those type of platforms. So I'm only doing content and live content on YouTube, and we're only producing content really for YouTube. I'm kind of stepping away from Instagram and taking the time away from Instagram so I can build this platform. I'm not doing any more. Like, only thing I'm really gonna post on Instagram is photos. Now, what needs, cause I feel like it's time for a new platform, and it's a new year, so we all need to be shifting something, and I think everybody should shift. All right, everybody should take a shift. You should take a step back to remind yourself who you are. Take a step back to like cleanse yourself. Take a step back to especially, this is really all you really need to be doing for this next month of December, is really a lot of cleansing, because you going into the season where the sun is at its lowest point. So these are the darkest days. These are the darkest days of our world. So in that time, it's really hibernation. Like all animals do during this season, they hibernate. And they go into a state in which they are, they're resting. They're taking time for themselves. The only animals that hunt during this season are wolves. A lot of y'all don't know that. The only animals that truly hunt during the season are wolves that live in this type of climate, that live in this type of temperature. All right, that if you live in a climate that goes through all 4 seasons, the only animals that really hunt during this season are wolves. Bears are resting, they're hibernating. But wolves have to hunt, right? Because they don't have nests. They stay on the go. They stay on the hunt, right? So there's a fine line in a mix between hunting and a fine line between hibernating, because we don't just have I don't just have the wolf spirit animal. I have other spirit animals. I won't tell y'all what my other spirit animals are, but the title of this is Black Magic for a reason, because black magic is, if we really, and I want to go just a little bit into it today, not too much, but black magic, and I'm gonna speak a little bit slower now. Black magic it's a myriad of things, right? But in essence, it's our soul. It's the black man's spirit. It's the black man and woman's spirit. It's the Asiatic black man, the maker, the honor, the cream of the planet Earth. It's soul magic. Black magic is soul magic. It's the representation of the ether, the magnetic spirit of the universe. The ether is the magnetism. Most of the time when we're talking about manifestation, in reality, we're talking about magnetism. Manifestation would be the non-scientific word for what we're talking about. But if we want to use the scientific term and mathematical term, it'll be magnetism. Or we're talking about the ether. The ether, which would be almost like that world, that unseen world, or the plane of existence that is on top or underneath our world at all times. That world you can usually tap into or understand just a little bit more when you take medicinal plant medicine. That's kind of like the world or the underworld that you see when you go into that realm. The underworld is a place in which a lot of few people travel because they don't have, what's the word for it? You don't have the spiritual either awakening yet, or the activation in your DNA, or you have a lack of connection to your ancestors, which breaks your ability to tap into the underworld. And because the underworld essentially is a scary place. We don't know what you're doing. We don't know what you're looking at, because tapping into the void is tapping into your imagination. And a lot of people, imaginations and pineal glands are they've been calcified. So therefore, it's so interesting. Like, you know how when you was a child, you used to look at the clouds and you used to see like the clouds turn into things. The clouds used to turn into angels, or used to turn into faces, turn into people, things of that nature. How many of y'all are still experiencing that? How many people are actually still experiencing looking at the clouds and seeing the clouds transform into different shapes and transform into other things other than clouds? That's one way that you can see that your pineal gland has been calcified. If your imagination is not able to, because what clouds truly are, clouds are, if we look at our world, as like a machine. Or if we can look at our world as like a one big mothership or a computer, then you will know that clouds are simply information. They're information. And every time you look at a cloud, you're looking at different levels of information. They're symbols. They're ancient symbols in the clouds, right? And if you can't see a cloud transform or mold to your imagination, then that represents a calcified pineal gland. And that's how you know that your brain is not working or is not functioning correctly, or certain levels of your childhood, your development was stunted, right? Something may have scared you. Something may have attacked, like you may have been attacked as a child, or you may have stayed in a certain paradigm or loop that's not allowing for you to experience your imagination. But what people who are at the highest level of this world, they always are in their imagination. Actuality, people with the strongest imaginations are the ones who have all the power in this world, are the ones who have the ability to manifest anything they want, to paint, to make music, to do anything creative. You have to be able to tap into your pineal, into your third eye. When we hear that communication, or that when we hear about the third eye, it's almost like this very mystical ass place. It's almost like this super mystical world that's completely opposite of ours, and we know nothing about it when we hear about the third eye. And that is an issue. That's an extreme issue in the world, simply because that's the normal world for every Black, Asiatic human being. It's normal for a child, a Black child, to have a vast imagination. It is abnormal and it's not normal for a Black child to lose their imagination. The only reason why we are losing our powers and we are losing our imagination and our ability to see into different worlds and to see into different portals and dimensions is because you gotta understand, you're introducing your child to music at young ages that are breaking their It's breaking their imagination because they start to go into sex. They listening to music about sex. They seeing pornography. So it's breaking the mystery of the mind. Sex, like, you gotta understand it. Hold on one second. Y'all gotta understand. Let me get back to this. Hold on one second. Y'all gotta understand something about the mind. Remember how when we was children, or like in high school, remember how getting your first kiss was a thing? Remember how in the movies that was like a big thing? Experiencing your first kiss, experiencing your first love. Remember how that was a thing? That's not a thing of reality no more. The mystery of experiencing the kiss of the opposite sex. That's not even a thing for children to look forward to anymore. Reason being is because of pornography, which has, in essence, children are looking at that shit at a young age, and it's breaking every single level of imagination that they had or that they have at a young age. And in turn, because we know from the age of 6 or 7 to 13 to 18, that's the 666, which can either make you a god or a beast. So, but nowadays at the ages of 7, 10, children are getting a hold of pornography, and they are becoming beasts at that age. The beast mind, we got to remember, in the development stages of a child, you go from the reptilian brain. We all have reptilian brains. You got the reptilian brain within you. You got the mammal brain within you. And then you got what I call is the God brain within you, right? The reptilian brain is usually that brain that everybody is kind of like afraid of. The reptilian brain is the brain in which you will see like if you got a very strong imagination, you will see all type of shit. You understand? You'll be able to see ancestors. You will be able to see like ancient, you just have all types of ancient shit popping up in your brain. You'll have like, you'll see dragons. You'll see angels. You'll see all types of stuff. And this is where people usually get afraid when they start tapping in. It's like if you have your pineal gland back activated, and you start seeing things, that's usually your reptilian brain that's activated. If you start seeing snakes or serpents and things of that nature, that's the reptilian brain. That's where people, if they have like shroom trips and they around like bad energy and for the first time, or they going through something and like through a medicinal trip and they seeing all this stuff, it's because you're finally tapping into your reptilian brain. Once you go into your reptilian brain, Magik, that's your imagination. That's the void. You're gonna see whatever's that's dormant within you, right? So at the ages of like 7 and 10, that brain is actually supposed to be developed. We don't understand this though, because we don't have no culture. We don't have no culture that teaches children how to cultivate their imagination. And hence, once we become adults, we don't know how to manifest. We don't know how to get money. We don't know how to build anything. We don't know how to be engineers. We don't know how to be architects and artists. Truly, from the core of ourselves, from the soulful place of ourselves, because at the childhood age, you already broke your imagination. It was already stunted. Your parents didn't know how to cultivate it. Your parents didn't know how to cultivate your brain, and they said that it was something wrong with you. They thought you had ADHD. They thought you had, like, they took you to a doctor. Going off that Eurocentric, westernized way of thinking. Not knowing the whole entire time, you sitting here as a seer. You sitting here as a magician. You sitting here as a god. You sitting here as a shaman. You sitting here as literally possibly one of the greatest artists in the world. Simply because we don't have a culture that teaches imagination. One of the hidden occult understandings that actual Jewish people have is that they teach their children on how to cultivate the imagination. You understand? Hence why they are the most wealthiest people on the face of planet Earth. Hence why they know to use every tactic to basically, in terms of what can destroy the imagination, they use it against every other group of people. You see what I'm saying? And then this is why in the media outlets, or like, you will see so much, what's the word for it again? So much sexualization. In a lot of cartoons, you'll see a lot of sexualization in just in about everything. Because we understand that sex is the thing that brings you to reality. Sex is the thing that cuts off, it'll cut off the imagination if it's from a dogmatic perspective, if you see it in a beast-like state, if you experience it in a beast-like way. Because it's almost as if when you watch pornography or certain things like that, it's almost like you're raping your mind. And when you rape your consciousness, what happens is that it's almost like you've just experienced rape. Because the consciousness, the subconscious brain doesn't know the difference. So when a child watches pornography, what they don't understand is that their subconscious brain has just been raped. I know that this is something that we don't talk about, but this is black magic. You don't come on something that's titled black magic if you don't want to hear some real shit. So like, and this is ANPU speaking. And I want y'all to go, and I probably should have prefaced this before I went deeper into this, but alhamdulillah. But I'm going to speak on some things that's really hard of hearing right now. Some things that, you may not want to listen to. You may not want to take in because you may not be able to stomach it. But if you can stomach this conversation, if you can stomach this understanding and this truth, then you will be able to unlock yourself and see yourself and actually possibly heal yourself. Because you got to be able to go into your darkness. We are in the darkest month and headed into the darkest month of the year. We just left Scorpio, going into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is say what the fuck you want to say. You understand me? Do what the fuck you want to do. And hold no, like that, the Sagittarius, that's the arrow. We gotta kill a couple birds. We gotta break a couple hearts. That's the Sagittarius energy. So going into that, because that's where you're gonna find those tears. And once you get to tears are where the real healing begins. You see what I'm saying? See, look, I'm a Pisces, right? I've lived through every other life. I've lived through every other sign. So I know y'all through the back of my head because I go through every 12 sign each day. This is why Pisces, we are like damn near psychopaths, because we done lived through every single other sign and we know y'all. And this is why we always can. Pisces, we are people persons, but we don't like people. I can literally make friends with anybody on the face of this planet Earth because I like know you already. You understand? So it's like when I speak on certain things like this, like black magic or like the underworld, I'm giving y'all real knowledge. I'm giving you real knowledge, real understanding and going into it because I'm coming from the place of knowing that I've lived through these different realities. I've lived through it. I've seen it. So I'm speaking from a place of this is my wisdom and I'm giving you this. So going and to go back into it, when a child at a young age, and a lot of us, let's be honest, a lot of us has watched porn when we was young. Let's just be honest. A lot of y'all have watched porn when y'all was young. Now, if you smart, you're going to protect your children from watching it. I watched porn probably when I was 13 or something like that. And I wish I didn't. I honestly wish I never did. I honestly wish I'd never, ever watched porn ever in my life. Because knowing now what I know that is a way for your brain to break itself, right? And not only that, if we go back even, we won't even blame it on that. A lot of our people have been abused at young ages. A lot of our women have been abused when they was little girls. You understand? Even also young boys have been abused when they was young boys. By family members, by people that they know and they trusted, people that they loved. You understand? I wasn't abused. You understand me? Just throwing it out there, but it was just like, but I can see where in my own self that I was foolish, and if I like abused certain things like at those times, like pornography and things of that nature, which in turn I had to work out when I got older, getting rid of all of those programs. You understand? I had to go into my subconscious brain, to my reptilian brain, and heal my connection with the reptile within me. See, a lot of y'all don't realize this, but you actually have to heal your connection with the snake within you. You have to heal your connection with that inner dragon within you. You have to heal your connection with the beast within you. But a lot of y'all have run away from the connection with the beast within you, which in turn has had that beast driving rampant, which in turn has had the beast within you just the only one that's moving you. You ain't been able to tap into your sacredness, ain't been able to tap into really go into your meditations and into your mind and be at peace with yourself, because you know you constantly break the cycle of what? You constantly break the cycles that you know are beneficial for you. And let's be honest here. Everybody here right now is you go through the cycle where you say, I'm gonna do better. You do better for a while. But then you break it. And then you regret that you broke it. Then you start just doing shit that's just wild. I've done this. Which is how I know. You just doing wild shit. You can't help it. Then you get back to the cycle where you're like, damn, I want to get back to my temple again. You keep going into it. This is the cycle. Now, this is the thing. Although that is natural, and it is natural for you to go through a cycle of divinity and then a cycle of beast. Remember that there's also levels of enlightenment, and there are stages to enlightenment. You can be enlightened once, and there's another level of enlightenment after that stage of enlightenment that you went through. So usually people will go through, when they first meet meditation or they first go through meditation, you will come to an enlightenment. Now, depending on your level of how well can you stay within yourself? You can either go through enlightenment after enlightenment, but if you lose yourself right after you've gone through one, then it'll be a long time before you go through another one. The reason why we tap into our reptilian brain and we know ourselves and we heal our connection with the reptile, we heal our connection with the animals within us, because we all have an animal within us. Hence why in ancient native cultures, or within the native culture, we understood that we all have a spirit animal. We all have an animalistic side to us. And so when you really going into your healing, you make peace with the animals within you. You make peace with the animal within you. You stop demonizing yourself. You stop demonizing those animals that are within you, and you actually overcome yourself and you make peace with them. You stop fearing your animals. You stop fearing who you are. You stop fearing your imagination. This in turn will reactivate yourself. This will reactivate your imagination. This will reactivate the deeper understandings of the underlying aspect of reality, in which we normally know that it's there, but we hint at it. We know certain shit exists, but we don't truly know. We not respecting of the darker energy. We know we got all this dark ass energy, or this black energy, this black magic energy, but we don't respect it enough. Nah, it's time to start respecting your black energy. It's time to start respecting your dark energy. It's time to start honoring it, honoring yourself, honoring your ancestors. I know we talked about this. It's a lot of people that talked about honoring the ancestors, but I'm telling you, it's really time to start honoring your ancestors. Not just through an altar. Build an altar all you want to. Do what you want to do. I'm not stopping you. But there's another altar. Within the temple of the mind of God, within the temple of your body, there is another altar called your DNA. It's called your DNA strands. And in those DNA strands are all the history of every single ancestor within you. Now, some of y'all we got beautiful ancestors, but a lot of that DNA that's activated right now are the weak ancestors, are the ones who was bullshit. So if you go into, and I won't even call it shadow work, I think it's starting to just call it what it is. It's black magic. This is black magic. This is black God magic. This is black God DNA. This is ethereal. This is the ethers. It's time to start calling it what it is. This is the black ethers. This is the black mind. This is the Asiatic God. Be at peace with the underworld, because it's only the underworld that's bringing creativity. If you can't be at peace with your underworld and the ancestors within you, you will never be able to create something new, something fresh, a new idea to elevate yourself, because you got to pull from that darker plane of existence. The shit that you think is scary, the things that you think is demonic. There's nothing demonic about you. Even your demons are divine. You understand? Stop warring with all these different words. Stop being at war with words. Stop being at war with it. Matter of fact, you don't even gotta look. Once you get to a real level, and a better level of yourself, you stop even in being like so picky with words and how you say certain things, because you know, at the internal, right here, in this heart, in this place, in this space right here, you know yourself. So you know what you say can't be used against you. Nah, you a god. There's nothing that can be used against you in the court of self. You understand? The English language is a cold language. The English language is designed to be cold. In terms of aura, if we speaking aura, the English language is designed to be a cold language. It's the language of the beast. Hence why we say hell is cold, right? Or like when hell freezes over. Things of that nature. Because we know essentially in hotter climates, that's heaven, because that's where the jungle is. That's where the sun is, right? That's where we vibrating high. That's where fruit is. Hell ain't hot, because in the hotter climates, you living at peace. Just think about it. You go down to Haiti, you go to any country where our people are suffering, right? Where we don't have as much. We don't have all this technology. We don't have access to all of these different things. But these people are still the most peaceful people, most happy people. They happy. They grateful. The whole nine, because they in the sun all day. So hell ain't hot. Hell is cold. You understand? And so we've been taught actually through the English language that the colder we are, the more emotion or the more love we actually show. You will know somebody love you. It's so interesting. It's backwards. You know when somebody love you when they're cold with you. Like, for an example, if you know who Dick Gregory is, Dick Gregory is a beautiful ancestor. If you go back and watch his videos, watch his communication, Dick Gregory, you can tell that he loves black people. But he gonna talk to you in a cold way. You understand? He gonna curse you out the whole nine. Simply because he wants you to get over your ignorance. But see, because when black people, once we go cold, we start cursing at you, shit like that, that means we love you. We stop talking to you, you know, we showing you all, we telling you it's all butterflies and rainbows. That's all shiesty shit. We know motherfuckers that's too lovey-dovey, that's all in our face trying to, what you want? You see what I'm saying? See, we've been taught, you see? This shit been flipped on us. We've been taught that motherfucker going cold on us, ain't showing us no energy, no nothing. They really love us. The people that's all in our face, that's trying to help us with all these different types of things and things of that nature. Like, bro, what's this gimmick? You a con artist or something? Because the English language is cold. And when you are taught English, you are taught to be cold. Hence why you will hear like French is a romantic language. You see? Or Spanish is a emotional language. See, different languages have different emotions, have different understandings of love. So the more languages you speak, the more you are able to articulate love. English just so happens to be the coldest language. Hence why it's the most polarizing language. You understand? So when you speak English, no matter where you are on the map of the world, when you hear a motherfucker rap, when you hear him rap, it's the most different shit you done ever heard because it's so cold. People in Africa, people in Jamaica, people across the world, in Japan or whatever, they all speak these different languages that have different emotions attached to their language. But when you hear English, it's like the darkest language. You see what I'm saying? And so we all know people love dark shit. So when you hear it, you just like, damn, that shit sound raw. because it's raw. It's raw energy. Raw energy is it's like the darkest emotions that you can convey. So it goes into that raw energy. That energy that's like at the deepest level of the underworld. So when you start, see, once we get back, if we are able to get back, and if you can, and hence why I got my passport. I'm about to start traveling the world, inshallah, because I want to see for myself. In Africa, or going into these different places where we got climate, they speak the original tongues. They speak in the original dialects that we once had, like Swahili. They speak in Swahili, so and Swahili is like a mixture of different languages. You see what I'm saying? It's like a mixture between Arabic or in the original African dialect. So you get in this beautiful mix between mathematics, this beautiful mix between the original soul and how to speak from the soul. And so these people have this whole other mystical way of seeing reality. They in essence, I guarantee you that they even can see through their own eyes spirits that you can't see. They can see spirits that you can't even see. Because you don't speak the language of spirit. In order to communicate with spirit, you got to speak the language of spirit. Hence why we know Europeans will never be able to see their ancestors. Europeans don't have ancestors because they can't communicate with ancestors. Who's there for how can they communicate with an ancestor? They don't have soul. So think about it, like, also from our perspective, us being native Asiatic black people who lack the mathematical ability to communicate, right, with our ancestors. Hence why Africans can see into a world that we can't see. They can love on a level that we can't love. Because we don't communicate in the language no more. We communicate in English. It's certain things that your imagination can't comprehend. So you think your child has ADHD. You think your child is seeing things. You think your child is crazy. Because they talking to spirits. And because you were trained to not speak in love and speaking from the soul, you think it's something wrong with your child. No, something wrong with you. Your child is intelligent. Your child is smart. Your child is able to communicate with their ancestors. You need to cultivate that. You need to cultivate that spirit. And us, we can still cultivate that even at our ages. You can come back to yourself. You can always get initiated. The initiation is always open for you. It's always open for us. Our initiation is always open for us simply because it's our birthright. It's your birthright. This right here, this melanin. This melanin right here is your past. You get a get out of jail free card with this right here. This is a get out of jail free card to come back to yourself, to come back to your powers. This is your you got this right here. You was blessed. You was blessed. As long as you got this right here, you got this melanin. I swear to you that you are blessed beyond comprehension. comprehension, and you can't even comprehend how blessed you are right now. As long as you got this melanin, this melatonin, this melanin in your skin, you are the most blessed being in the entire universe. No bullshit. Because you can see and you literally have access to the what we call the Akashic records. You have access to the universal consciousness at all times. You have access to the universal mind, which I call the one mind in the universe. Oh, me too. You have access to the living crystals, because you are a living crystal. And it's time you connect back with your crystals. You literally have access at all times. But will you come to the call? When I go live, when I do certain things like this is a call to your soul. This is a call to you. You understand? This is a call to you. I want y'all to understand something here. And I want to get away from what we call Eurocentric consciousness. Luis, you say every living thing has a soul. I would like to challenge you on that. I would like to challenge you on that immediately. Every living thing may be living, but every living thing does not have a soul. You understand? Every living thing may be living, but every living thing does not have a soul. I'm going to repeat that. Everything does not have a soul. There are some living things that are trying to acquire a soul from ones that have souls. There are some that have souls and don't know they have a soul. There are some who empathize with those who do not have a soul and tell them that they have a soul. Louise, you are one of the ones who empathize with those who don't have souls. This is how soulful we are. Some of us are so soulful that we can empathize with beings who don't have souls. And we can give them a soul by saying that I have enough soul for you to have a soul. But all beings do not have souls. That is incorrect. Because that is like saying that everything was created equal. In essence, all men are not created equal. That was a lie. That is a damn right lie. Because that's like saying every lion has the same claws. Or every wolf is an alpha. That's a lie. That's like saying that every cheetah has the chance to catch a gazelle. That would be a lie. Because we know in reality, no. You go out and hunt, right? This is how we know who's hunters and who's not. Because certain men can go out and hunt. Certain men got to work a job. We not created equal. You see what I'm saying? This ain't, it was never an equal playing field. All men are not created equal. What you are created equal in is to live. All men that are alive have the ability to live. Do you understand? We all have the ability to live and to make decisions and to make choices. But we got different rank. We got different spiritual rank. I got a different spiritual rank. Certain people are teachers. Certain people are shamans. Certain people are warriors. Certain people are doctors and healers. These are different ranks. These are different soldiers. These are different altitudes. So it's like, but a soul has to be actualized. A soul is not something that is just like you were just given a soul. The only people that were given souls are the ones who were self-actualized, which would be the black man and black woman. And those who come from that same cloth, which would be the red man and the yellow man. You understand? The original Asiatic tribunal. You understand? That's the original Asiatic tribunal. Now, those who come after that cloth, they would have to, and this is the way that they can obtain a soul, is they would have to come back to or into the black man and woman. And the only way to do that is to reproduce back into the black man and woman. You understand? That's the only way you can get a soul. This ain't no like, we gotta go. I'm teaching you the teachings of the underworld, not the teachings of your feelings. These are the teachings of the underworld. How the underworld works, how the true world works, how true reality works, right? Because we got feelings that are attached to emotions, that are attached to what people have said that was never truly logical, or that was never truly scientific or mathematical. You understand? But it's time to go back into mathematics. And it's time to go back into the knowledge of the soul. Hence why black people are so keen in giving their souls away. There's a reason why the most creative people on the face of the planet Earth are the most targeted people on the face of the planet Earth. You understand? I'm gonna have European, indigenous, Mexican. How would you have a connection with your native ancestors? Like, you gotta reword that. You gotta reword that. Like, what do you mean? Are you asking, I'm half European and indigenous Mexican. How would you, or how you were asking, how would I have a connection with my ancestors? Like, for yourself, by being half European and indigenous Mexican. And when you say indigenous Mexican, what bloodline are you talking about? Because there is the Afro indigenous Mexican, or are you talking about the Spanish Mexican, like from the Spaniards? Which ones are you, which Mexican are you talking about? Because you got to be real specific. You understand? This is, again, we got to go into the mathematics of things. And so the more specific we can be in our questions, the more specific we can be in understanding our ancestors and where in the bloodlines we come from, then we can get to truth. We can get to understanding. We can get to wisdom. I know some white people that's definitely tapped in spiritually, definitely can tap into the record reincarnation. Is definitely a thing. High spiritual teachers said they were different races. So this is the thing. Again, because a European can tap into spirituality does not mean that they can tap into the Akashic records. Spirituality, the Akashic records, and the ancestors are two totally separate different things. The spirit of a black ancestor can go into a European. Don't you understand? The spirit of one of our ancestors can go into a European because they are open vessels. They don't have, you know, I'm just being honest, they don't have souls. So the spirit of one of our spirits of one of our ancestors can go into them and direct them. You understand? But that does not mean that they have that, or that vessel. It's like how when you are being channeled, right? There's such good open channels. We have too many ancestors inside of us, mostly for us to be channeled. Hence why we have to go through, like, we got to be in like trance state, and we got to do dances, and we got to have drums in order for us to separate from all of the different ancestors that's always connected in our consciousness. You understand? In order for another ancestor to communicate with us within our brain, we need drums. We need like deep levels of like plant medicine and things of that nature in order for us to separate from our and to enter into the divine unity of consciousness. It's easier for a spirit of one of ours to go, especially if they connect, if they come into our domain and environments, our energy will naturally enter into theirs. Our energy would naturally start to communicate through them. You understand? Actually easier than us, because they're such open vessels. Hence why you will have this understanding like, I know a couple white folks that have like that sauce in them. Usually it's because we are giving them the sauce. You are projecting the sauce into them. Pause. Hence why also it's like when they're channeling, they always channel our ancestors, right? It's like let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Where's this book at? Show y'all these right here. So these are two books. Two books that are healthy. This right here. The Raw Contact. Teachings, the Law of One. Right? The Law of One, these teachings, these were channeled through a white person, right? But it's raw. It's raw. Raw. Raw, the blackest. Raw gotta be probably the blackest. Gotta be the blackest nigga ancestor that we know. He was channeling through a white person, right? Through a European. All of this information, because you gotta also understand that. You gotta also understand this as well. Because Europeans lack a connection to ancestors. They are the most eager out of us to communicate with the ancestors. You understand? We kind of lazy. Our people kind of lazy. And we got a lot of things that block us called fear. You understand? So if you want to, you got to also understand that our ancestors are extremely giving and extremely caring. And we care about the universe and the direction of the universe. So we will channel other races of people to give them higher understanding of reality. So their people can grow. So their people can obtain enlightenment. You understand? Because you got to recognize, like, these people for the past 2,000 years just been fucking up the planet Earth. So we like, oh, we finally got some that's interested in the actual, like, understanding of reality. So we want to try to, as best as we can, we'll channel through you, we'll communicate with you, we'll give you access to certain levels of knowledge. Therefore, your people can start to see what love is. Because for the longest, you got to recognize that Europeans, a lot of them don't even know what passion is. And for a long period of time, they couldn't even understand what love was or what it is. Because a lot of them still think it's a physical thing. Hence why they'll be in love with, like, let's say their wife or their husband, and let's say if their husband or wife die, their whole entire life goes with that person, right? For an example, it's like you see, I've seen this often on a white person, and this is also in their love movies. When a European person, Eurocentric person, when they find somebody that they love and that person dies, they don't know how to be themselves anymore. They were so attached to that spirit or that entity that their entire life, their soul will go with them. Or their, not soul, but like their essence, their entity will travel with them. They'll just live in depression for the rest of their fucking existence. But we always had the culture of understanding that death was an initiation. And death was a process of higher living. And death was a process of higher understanding. So therefore we celebrated. We danced. We had drums. We thank the ancestors. We thank, you understand me? We thank. I'm grateful. I would be, if I'm married to a woman and I've spent a great amount of time with her, we've loved each other through, you understand me? And she passes along, I know to be thankful. I know to be grateful for that experience that I had with her. You see what I'm saying? But in the Eurocentric mind, because they was never taught the rituals, the understanding of death, they don't understand death. Because they believe like that's the end for them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, for a lot of them, it is the end. Be honest. Just be honest. This is just an honest conversation. For a lot of them, it is the end. Hence why there's this full-on, like, let me just be a fucking daredevil or a devil and do what I want in this world. And they know that. Now, there is some, and I'm gonna read y'all comments. There is some that will take up the Islam or take up the teachings of our spiritual understandings, who will start the process right here. This is another book y'all should read. This is a book about basically a white man who had, who profited off of our ancestors, right? His whole basically bloodline and lineage, they had slaves. And he went to Africa, and he went to basically our homeland and trying to basically heal the curse off his life and heal the curse off his family. And so he went through, our portals of ascension and in the spiritual journey that normally we naturally go through because we gave him access. So this is the book about it. This is a book about what they will experience. You understand? But it's a little bit of understanding. But I think y'all should read it because it will give you because it's written from the perspective of the Eurocentric mind and what they are dealing with on a daily basis in the guilt. You understand that they go through, that they feel when they look at you. So if I reincarnate on this earth in a white vessel, then that means that I'm just you, my soul, to project for a mission, but I'm really a melanin person through that life too. So if I reincarnate on this earth in a white vessel, then that means that I'm just you, my soul. I gotta to project for a mission. Okay, look, some of us do come in a Caucasian vessel simply for a job to teach their people, and we get up out of there. That's possible because we know that these are just spacesuits. You understand? So some of us, again, we could send our spirit into the vessel of a Eurocentric body as a spacesuit, but it's those lives don't usually last long. Hence why you will have like Amy Winehouse, you will have those vessels, those suits don't last long. Those only probably last for like 20 some 30 years that you can do that. You understand that? But we talking about very high level spiritual powers. Let me see what the Luis said. So I don't know my exact bloodline, but I know the area of Mexico that my ancestors lived in. I took a DNA ancestral test and it showed me indigenous Americas, Mexico. But see, again, those blood tests are not like, we don't know how, what's the word again? How much of it is farce and how much of it is like actual good knowledge. Because a lot of it can really just be to get your DNA, Luis. And I think that's what most of those DNA tests are for, is just to really take your DNA, and then it's for them to use your DNA for some nefarious reason. That's why I don't really, you can't really go off of those. So, yeah. So, but that's how this works, though. Y'all got to understand, man, like, when I say that we all on different spiritual rank, what I mean by that is there's a level of consciousness that only certain people understand, for real. There's a certain level of consciousness that you would never understand unless you was born that person. I mean, you literally got to be born this specific type of person to get that level of consciousness. I can give you an easy example. This from like a material example. Y'all will never be Denzel Washington. You would never be Denzel. You would never have the swag Denzel has. You know what I'm saying? You would never have the swag. You would never have the charisma. That is a level of power you would never understand, being Denzel. That right there is a prime example of spiritual rank. You understand? Or like, shit, I'm gonna be honest, shit, that Denzel swag is crazy. That's the swag you want to have. You know what I'm saying? That's like you up here with it. You got that Denzel swag. You know what I mean? So like, but that's just on a material level. But there's some of us who's so advanced on a spiritual level that they can see. I mean, y'all gotta understand that they can communicate. They can send spirits. There's certain people who are so powerful in the spiritual plane that they can create spirits to exist in this world, to do their bidding, to move. It's like they playing chess with the world. It's some motherfuckers on that level. So therefore, when we hear those are the true spell words. When we hear like everybody is created equal, that was told by a liar. That somebody lied because they knew the power of empathy, and they knew the power of being able to get you to feel. Because if you're in your feelings, you're not in your logic. If you're in your feelings, you're not in your mathematics. And as long as you're not in your mathematics, I can control a person that's in their feelings. Because I know the direction and the wave of feelings. See, a person that's in a logical brain or in there, but there's a spiritual logic to it. A person that's in their spiritual logic, it's another level of logic. Not that logos stuff that the Eurocentric brain talks about. I'm talking about the spiritual logic of not only understanding mathematics, understanding the underworld, understanding the material world, understanding the soul. That's a deeper level of mathematics. And when you going into that, you really on some alchemist shit. You understand? Yeah, we all be falling for that. We want everybody to be equal. I fell for that at one point in time. I really wanted for everybody to be equal, but you recognize the world will teach you itself that the world is actually not equal. You will learn that simple mathematics just from watching nature. You can watch nature and find out that the world ain't equal. The world is definitely not equal. Just you could go outside. You understand? I've seen a cat. I bullshit you not. I seen a cat get picked up by a hawk right in front of me. Like I seen a hawk come down and scoop a cat up on the street. I was walking down the street. I was walking down the street and saw a hawk come scoop a cat up out of thin air, and just that's when I knew it. Like, and I was like 22 at that time. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, okay. It'd be like little things like that'll give you hints into the deeper essence of the world. That this world is not meant to be looked at as this world, at least. I want to tell y'all this world. Remember, there are different worlds. There's different universes. There's different worlds. There's different planets. There's different Earths. This is not the only planet. It's not the only Earth. But just in this world we are taught to understand, at least from my perspective, we are taught to understand mathematics. This world is about math. This world is about math. I want y'all to understand, this one we in is about math. Beyond all things we feel or we think it is, this world is about math. Because it is about probabilities. It is about cause and effect. This world is about 1 + 1. You understand? And as much as we want to try to make it about how we feel, the world just doesn't move off how we feel. It moves off of action. You understand? This world moves off action. It moves off our actions. Hence why we know that one of the best things you can have in this world is motion. Because if you got motion in this world, you damn near got everything. You got no motion in this world, most of the time, shit, you succumb to somebody who has motion. That's just point blank, period. Because we don't live in the same worlds we used to. Like maybe in the times when we was in villages, the times when we was near our ancestors and we had our deepest connections to the soul, that was the world of the soul. That was the world of the feelings. That was the world of the deepest love and connectivity. But as of now, in the current structure of this world, this is not the world of feelings. This is the world of motion. I'm giving you the advice right now. I'm a water sign. I'm telling you, this is the world of motion. This is the world of motion and melanin. Yup. You can't go wrong when you got motion and melanin in this world. So I'm a water sign, and I'm telling you, get in motion. Because as a water sign, the more that I'm in motion, I promise you, my emotions submit to me. My emotions, this has taken years though to understand. Years upon years for me to understand that the more I get in motion, my emotions will submit to me. You understand? And It's a beautiful feeling when my emotions submit to me. This is what I realized. Like, when I got motion, ooh, I love how my emotions feel. I do not like how my emotions feel when I ain't got no motion. You understand? Because that's when your emotions start playing tricks on you. Because it's like you gave your emotion the right to play tricks on you. It's almost like you give your emotion the power to play you. You understand? But when you know that when you know that you done got emotion, you doing what you need to be doing. You say I'm gonna do something and I do it. You understand? You say I'm gonna do something and I do it, and you actually produce a result from it. Your emotions submit to you as a water sign. Your emotions no longer have power over you. Your emotions can no longer cloud you. They can no longer control you. I know I control my emotions now. It's like a knowing. I don't even have belief or faith in it. You understand? Because I got motion. I've been working too hard. I've been working too hard on myself. I got motion, and hence why I can just go randomly live on YouTube. Now I can have 25 people on here, and eventually, if I do this often enough, I'll have 100. I'll have 200. I'll have 1,000 people in here. That's motion. In motion is basically saying to your emotions that no matter how I feel, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up. No matter the feeling, I'm going to show up. Because if I do it consistently enough, this motion that I'm putting in, this work that I'm putting in will become my ultimate emotion. Because after a while, this emotion my emotion will be success now. Because wow, I went from 25 people, I went from 30 people, I got 1,000 people in here. I'm successful. That is my emotion now. My emotion is just success. This is the underworld. This is the dark world. This is the world of black magic. They want to try to tell you that black magic is all these other different things, when in actuality, black magic is getting some motion. Don't let nobody bullshit you. Black magic is getting some motion. And what they won't tell you is this. Because I talk to billionaires. I literally I don't even like to brag about anything, because I don't think that's even a brag. It's not even a brag, but I swear to y'all that I've had meetings with billionaires, and I'm sitting at the table with them, and I am listening to them talk. I am listening to them talk about money. They talking to me about money. They talking to me about wealth and how this shit work. I'm not talking to y'all from how it could possibly work. I'm talking to you from how it actually is understood by people with wealth. You understand? I'm not talking about rich. I'm talking about wealth. These got wealth. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to the real conversations that they have, not the ones that they put on internet, not the ones that they put on, the ones they have at the dinner plate. And this, even if you gotta also understand it from where you at. If you at the lowest plateau in life, let's say if you in the mud, you in the ground, you in the hood. Let's just say the hood is the lowest level, right? Let's say wealth, just for the sake of conversation, the hood is the lowest low, wealth is the highest low. Let's say this is the level of separation that this world has created. The reason why people with wealth tend to not do anything for people who don't have anything is because of a multitude of reasons. The main one that I could come up with in my consciousness is that people with wealth know the understanding of power. and they know the understanding of energy, and they follow by the laws of the universe. People who will eventually obtain wealth, especially if you go from nothing to something. And thank y'all for listening to my music. I appreciate it. If you go from nothing to something, then you have been utilizing the laws of the universe. Certain laws of the universe dictate that you can't just give certain things without there being a cause and an effect. There's certain levels of knowledge you can't give a person without there being a level of cause and effect. You can't give a person money without there being a certain level of cause and effect. This is how messed up it is. Because once you finally get to a point of wealth, you recognize that I literally had to put in work damn near every day of my life to get to this. And then you see that if somebody is asking to hand you from the hard work that you put in, now it's like, I put in hard work. I put in every single day of my life to get to this level, to utilize these levels, these laws of the universe. But you are asking me to hand you my success. This is where I see people in the realm of wealth have this disconnect in the people of the realm of the mud. Hence why people in the realm of the wealth tend to only direct their energy towards people with potential. You understand? When they see potential in somebody, those are usually the ones that they pour into. Because again, it's potential energy. It's who is most deserving at that point. Because, and also it's about legacy. So once you get to a point of wealth, you kind of only want to pour into things that are going to be beneficial. Not for you, but towards the world. So, and then also you're dealing with a lot of crooks. So once you get to a level of wealth, you start dealing with a lot of crooks, because more wealth equals more, not more problems, but it equals more conflict. Conflict in terms of you have far more options, far more people in your face, far more energies, unfamiliarity. You understand? So people can come with good energy, but they can be really bad. People can be very good at hiding themselves. Very great at hiding who they truly are. And especially once you get wealth, and this is for anybody that's on this path, once you get wealth, there's going to be so many people that's going to come towards you who you really don't know how to trust. You understand? So therefore, I'm literally talking to these people who have wealth, and this is how they communicate. You really don't know what and who to trust no more. So when you find real genuine people, right, you got to take a long time cultivating this relationship with people who are actually genuine. And so just simple things like, can we do some charity work? Can we do this? It's like, you got to know who you doing that charity work with. Because, again, things come out in the public like, oh, that person that you was standing next to, they was shiesty. And now their name is attached to yours. You understand? And now you got to deal with, because this motherfucker was a shiesty person this whole entire time, and you had this good heart trying to give back. Now you got to deal with them being a shiesty just devil. You understand? And now they attaching that energy onto your name. You see, this is all, y'all don't recognize, this is all the things you got to deal with on the face of this planet Earth. Hence why if you want wealth, you got to know what you calling upon. You got to know what you asking for. You really got to know the underworld. And hence why I'm trying to tell you to know your black magic, to know your energy, to know how to deal with black magic, to know how to deal with tantra, to know how to deal with these different things that nobody gonna tell you about. Nobody gonna give you this game. Nobody gonna tell you this shit. Nobody gonna tell you that. They not gonna tell you that higher levels of wealth requires for you to have deeper connections, higher connections with women. They not gonna tell you that. They not gonna tell you that women hold the wealth in this world. The feminine energy is where all the wealth resides. They're not going to tell you how to develop those relationships. You understand? On how to communicate with different women to open up those portals. They're not going to give you all of that. What they're going to tell you is that I worked hard. That's all they're going to say. I worked hard, blase, 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 and this is what. Nah, they're not going to tell you that different women are different portals. You understand me? They not going, but y'all got to recognize I can't elaborate on this shit. I can't elaborate on this because I don't know who y'all are. It's certain things that I can't communicate with y'all. 1 second, I'm going to come right back. I got to open the door. It's certain things I can't even communicate on because it's like, why would, like, y'all gotta recognize, like, I'm not the person. I respect the laws of the universe. Certain things I can't speak on because you have to, it's something called reciprocity. You gotta pay for the knowledge. Otherwise, what I will be doing is I will be breaking a law in the universe. I can give you the hint into it. But if I give you the deeper understanding into it, then you have to pay for that. You understand? Because either I'm going to have to pay for it or you going to have to pay for it. You understand? And so this is why we created currency. The reason why currency was created, money, the reason why we put value on gold was so we can create a form of energy that we can erase the laws of cause and effect. You understand? No, you can't tell everybody. That ain't how the world works. There's secrecy. In our cultures, in ancient cultures, not even that ancient. If you go into Africa, there's only certain levels of knowledge that you got to go directly to the tribe to know. If you don't go directly to their tribe, they're not going to tell you. If you're not going to get initiated into their tribe, there's certain things they never going to tell you, because secrecy is power. Secrecy is power. Hence why we have no power as a people, because we're not sacred enough. You understand? There's certain names you're supposed to have for yourself. There's certain things you're just supposed to keep to you and keep to your tribe. You understand? So we created, currency, wealth. I'm not talking about wealth in terms of like the spiritual wealth. Money, cash. Cash is this, or money is this invisible thing, this flow of currency that's always around us. But so few people have a big hold of it. The reason being is because few people respect the laws of currency. Few people respect the laws of the universe. When you start to respect the laws of the universe, the law of currency, the law of truth, the law of respect, the law of integrity, right? The law of willpower, all these different types of laws. This is where you get to the root. This is where you get to the cream. This is when you start tapping in. You understand? Some of us are born initiated. Hence is why I spoke on the children earlier. You don't want to break their imagination by introducing them to pornography, introducing them to certain levels of pain at young ages. You want to give your children love because they're already taught the self-initiated. You understand? Look, right on key, my child just started crying. Right on key, right on point. So it's like, I can go deeper into that conversation, but hence is why I started this whole live right now, is to tell y'all about these lives. I'm only doing, inshallah, in the membership section. I can go deeper into shit. I would even sometimes take some shrooms and go live, but I can only do that in the membership section. I'm not doing that no more to where, because I've done that for years. I literally for years, I paid my dues. I paid my dues when I was going live for years on Instagram, and I received nothing back from it. I received nothing from it. For years, I was giving game upon game. And a lot of this shit that y'all see right here now in the universe, that where people are talking about on podcasts, they talking about in their shows, the whole nine, that's my information. You understand? So now I know to respect where I'm at in my initiation, where I'm at in my spiritual level. So everything that I do has to be reciprocated 100%. So that I can't go into, especially the knowledge of and the understanding of the art of women. I'm not giving that just to men. No, y'all niggas gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for that understanding. You not like, you gotta form some level of reciprocity for that, because that's, hell no. I'm not finna fuck up with my ancestors. I already give you enough in the music. You understand? You listen to the music, you're going to get a lot of that. But to get the direct, like from me, it's reciprocity all day. Reciprocity all day. I got the membership section. Now, I just activated it. Last night, I spent all night going into my businesses, Me Too, dealing with the back end stuff like email marketing, the whole nine. If you got a business and you ain't like, oh shit, you got to deal with the back end stuff. You got to set up these different things that businesses have, like text message marketing, email marketing, shit that I was neglecting for years. But I'm not, because I have a level of like responsibility in the brain, I know to do this now, right? Like even now, going live on YouTube, I've been telling myself I was going to do this, to start pouring more energy into YouTube. I finally gotten past whatever I needed to get through, and now I've opened up that channel now to start going live on YouTube. You know, but this takes cultivation of the mind. It takes cultivation of the seeding of the brain. And so therefore, what you do must be in honor and of respect and of secrecy. You understand? So I started the membership. If you want to join the membership, tap into the membership. I'm not expecting y'all to just be like, oh, I'm finna join, bro, membership. I'm finna tap in on the first fucking day. I'm not expecting that. I get it, but I have put in a lot of work. I got 2 albums I dropped this year, music that y'all listen to that is extremely high vibrational, that shows you the level of understanding that I have. I've already, you know, if you've been connected with me for years through the Instagram and things of the nature and the knowledge that I've been given, then on a level of, you know, decency, I believe that my membership is worth it 100%. Especially if I'm gonna start doing this on a consistent basis, right? If I'm gonna start doing this on a consistent basis and giving y'all the knowledge and information that I have, then I expect some return on that, 100%. So, and I'm just being honest. But we got a show. I'm shooting a show now on a consistent basis with my videographer. And we have a show called 60 Minutes with ANPU. It's basically, it's like all of this type of stuff. It's the black magic, it's all of that conversation. And that's gonna be a consistent thing on my YouTube. Basically, standing on business. Hey, my baby in there standing on business too right now. Damn. Wow. But I ain't been with him all morning because he been gone. So he's standing on business right now, so I gotta go. Baby is mad. He just woke up, so he, you know. But I'm gonna go tap in with him. This was I will save this live. Now this is the thing. Let me see if we got it on here. If you appreciated this live, the whole 9, make sure y'all get them chats. Damn, we got the super chats on this thing. Top chats. I want to see some memberships though, because I want to see y'all tap in. I really want to grow this page. I want to grow out this YouTube all the way 100. I'm gonna put a lot of energy and work into this, because I think I put a lot of energy and work into Instagram and those platforms for a while, and I think I've done like, and I've gotten to where I wanted to with Instagram for now, but I know that this YouTube is looking much better, because I think things live on this platform better, because I know how much time I spend on YouTube. Like, I watch a lot of content on YouTube, and it'd be long form content, and which is why I know that content will live better on YouTube. You can be more locked in on YouTube, because it's like you could be having it in the background and listening to it while you're doing something else, like you could be painting or something. So I like YouTube, actually. I appreciate this platform a little bit more. So yeah, y'all stay blessed. How do you do the membership? You go, it's right on my page. If you go to like my, if you click on my channel, it should say, it should be next to community. It says membership, and you can just go from there. It says membership right next to community. And I could even like put it on my community, the link, I believe. So yeah, I could put it on my community. So I'm gonna tap in. So yeah, so we go stay tapped in. The membership now, we just called the wolves for now. We got emojis in that, man. See, look, the membership got emojis. I've been setting up all the back end. This is what you got to do, man. You got to set up a system in life to be successful. Niggas, you gonna hear this often, over and over and over. You need a system. If you want to be basically an influencer, this is just for people like, my advice for influence. If you want to have influence, you need a system for your influence. Because there's so much that your passion is going to create for you. Your passion naturally is going to connect with people. If you're passionate about anything in life and you drive forward through your passion, you're going to gain a lot of attention, a lot of energy. What you need on the back end is a system, though. A system that once people are attracted to you, they see that you have like a level of professionalism behind you, right? Once you got that professionalism, now people sold. They invested because you have something to invest into. So now, you, because of the system that you produce for yourself, people now know that, oh, he's serious or she is serious. This is how we know you serious, because you have this level of cleanliness to what you do. You have this level of professionalism to what you do. You have this level of consistency to what you do. And so now we can invest in you. Now we can, oh, I rock with this. This is the level of spirit that I've been looking for. This is the type of spirit I've been looking for. So I just wanted to give y'all that. Take your time to develop yourself. Work on the little harder things that you don't want to work on, because those are the things that help you execute and grow. All right? Those are the things that's going to motivate you on those days when you just unmotivated. Is when you got a system. It's when it's like you, for an example, a little example of a system is if you just had a support system. Somebody that just will always remind you who you are. On days when you don't feel like you are who you are. That is a system. That's a system. Having that type of friend or bond with somebody that just reminds you of who you are. That is a system. That's just one example. So, again, those systems are reminders. So I set up on my website on Me Too the system on reminding people, if you purchased with me before, like the automated emails that'll go out to you that'll thank you for purchasing with me, to remind you that we have new collections, that reminds you like, hey, if you like the product that we sent out, we have these other new products that's in stock. I'm gonna also send you a discount for being a loyal member and customer. That's the type of shit you gotta set up on the back end if you really want to be successful, because those extra 3 to 4 possible orders you may get a month or a week add up. You understand? Those little numbers add up. And especially if you not only just got a business, but you have, let's say you got a YouTube channel too that's bringing in some form of revenue. Let's say even if you work a job that's bringing in revenue, all these different places of revenue, you getting 200 from there, you getting 500 from there, you getting 1,000 from your job, you getting another 400 from this other thing that you had set up. That over time is what you need to be looking at. You understand? On increasing. How can you increase all these different things? That's going to help you in the long term. Because I really do want for my people to get to a level of wealth. And I want to, as I see it, as I'm going through it, give you the understanding of what I've been putting into action to make it work, to make things bounce, to make things continue to rise. Because this is what I've been doing, right? I've been working on these things just when nobody's looking. And it's what you do when nobody is looking. It's what you do in your own world, in the confines of your privacy, in the confines of your secrecy. Only you know how much work you putting in. And so nobody can tell you how much work you putting in. Nobody can dictate who you are. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can say what you not when you know who you are. That right there is that shadow. That right there is the underworld. Don't let nobody control you. Don't let nobody tell you who you are, because you know who you are. Like I said, I'm the Kobe of this shit. I'm like Kobe. I'm in a gym. I'm in a gym. 7 days out the week. I'm in the gym when nobody looking. When nobody give a fuck. When nobody cared. When nobody cared about anything that I was putting out, and when nobody cared about any of the music, I cared about my music. When nobody was listening to me, I was listening to me. I cared about me. I was the first person to care about me. You understand? And so now that I'm creating music that people care about, it's because I care. I care. You understand? And that's why we gonna continue to thrive. This next level, I'm telling you, I'm on some revolutionary shit. I'm on some shit that's meant to be revolutionary. This next level, this next me, this next version of ANPU, it's all revolution. This is all black. That's why my conversation always all black. And it's always gonna be all black. Right? And I'm for my people, because I'm for my people, which means I'm for all people. You being for yourself, you being for your kind, you being for your tribe, that shit gonna help everybody out. It ain't about you trying to be for everybody, because you ain't gonna get nowhere. You can help you. That's when I can respect you. When you can help yourself. So we checking out Ashe Namaste, whatever you want to say. Make sure y'all get y'all memberships, tap in with me. We gonna stay consistent, and that's on Ashe. We gonna stay consistent on Ashe. Get y'all memberships. Make sure y'all tap in with the God. We gonna do different things on the channel. You understand me? We gonna switch it up sometimes. We gonna just do different things. I'm looking into. I don't like making promises, but it's just I will go deeper into my levels of knowledge and understanding, because I like sharing. I do know that I like to give. It is one of my gifts, is to give. I really, really like to give, which is why I like to put out music, which is why I like to share what I know, because I'm not going to be able to hold all this in when what is it going to do me any good when I leave this world? Just holding in information and knowledge that I could possibly pour into somebody when they needed it. So that's how I look at it. And I think we all should look at it from that perspective. All YouTube memberships, right? Yes. Yeah. Oh, but look, we need both though. IG membership and YouTube membership. Y'all got to understand something. You are helping an artist generate more art. I think we be looking at this shit from a, we don't be, I'm not saying y'all not, but we got to look at it from that perspective. Y'all are extremely helpful. You help me be able to create more art, be independent. You help me be independent, which makes me help to create more music you like, which makes me help more like to create more communication you like. If you fuck with me, you got to look at me as like I'm a network. Look at me like, you know how we all like Cartoon Network growing up, right? Like Toonami. If you like Dragon Ball Z growing up, I love Dragon Ball Z. I love X-Men. I love Wolverine growing up. You got to look at it as like, damn, if I don't watch this network, if I don't buy the toys or whatever growing up, then they ain't gonna produce no more Wolverine. They ain't gonna produce no more X-Men. They ain't gonna produce no more Dragon Ball Z. So that's how you gotta look at it, is like, he's an artist. We want to make sure that he's able to continue to do his job, his work. Because for me, it's not only just my passion, but it is my job. You understand? It's my job. It's my everything. It's my life, right? Because it helps to take care of my family, helps to take care of myself, which in turns, I take care of y'all, which in turns is I'm going to make better and better music. I'm going to continue to make better and better music. And y'all going to be like, how is this nigga doing this? You see what I'm saying? Y'all will be like, bro, this music is crazy. But it's because of the support system. The support system. After a while, you need a great support system. After a while, you can't continue to run off of just passion. You need support. Support is everything. When you got people that really support you and that truly believe in you and they are consistent in that, bro, you have the world for real. So if y'all got people that support y'all and that believe in you and in order to invest in you, I pray that you see that as sacred. I pray that you continue to build for your people and stay with your people. Don't switch up on your people. Don't become some whole new nigga. You understand? Those people that rock with you, that stay in character with you, that honor you, that honor the code, that are your tribe, build with your tribe. Because I guarantee you ain't nobody else in this world gonna have your back like your tribe. That's just some real shit, 100%. So, y'all stay good, bless. ANPU out. I say namaste, whatever you want to say. You make sure that you go to omitu.org if you had. Get your crystal today. You season in all caps. You get 20% off the already discount I have on every single last crystal on the site. Now, today was literally like my last day for the discounts. Cause I really don't like to discount anything because I believe in myself. But at the same time, I want to get these crystals out. We put in too much work into this. We put in too much work into what we do. And so it'd be like I just be wanting this to get into people's hands. I be wanting them to transform with it. I love when people are able to write me and be like, yo, this shit really helped me. Your music really helped me. Like, I love just receiving it because it represents that what I'm putting out there in the world, it is correct. Bro, we sit here, I literally pray over these. I pray over it. I take it outside. I put it in the ground, in the earth. I let the sun shine in the crystals. I paint around my crystals. This is what I'm doing. I want y'all to go into y'all rituals and have certain rituals that are for your business and set up these rituals around your business that make you unique, that make your business unique and make, I promise you, people call you for some reason when you're alive. This is some weird phenomenon. But that means I just gotta go. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, let me screenshot. So look, this is what I'm gonna do before y'all go. Please don't go just yet. If I've helped you in life, in any realm, music, the whole nine, can you please, everybody that's on here, write a quick review for me, and I'm gonna screenshot it. If I've helped you musically, like through the music, if you've gained something from anything that I've done, and it gave you an epiphany, if it's helped you, if I've done meditations that's helped you before in the past, anything, whoever it is, because I want to get to know y'all better. I want to know who it is that I'm communicating with that's watching me. I want to know, because I know I end up meeting a lot of y'all in person. And I remember names and I remember faces. Like Tafari, he came to me at the Invest Fest. And he still, always been a big supporter. And I just already knew who he was. And so I showed love to him directly because it was just, he showed love to me. Been showing love. You understand? And so it's like, I already know to connect with you. I already know who you are. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, when I ask, it's like, I want to know who y'all are. If I through this communication today, did what I was able to bring forth today, did this help? What has helped you? I want to know, because therefore I got like the data in my brain to know what is helpful to the people. Therefore I can make more of that. I can design my world deeper into that. You understand? It's like I want to design a world that is helpful. That's what we need to do. What world is helpful? So he said, men that protect open my eyes to a lot in a great way. See, men, okay, men that protect. That song was amazing, amazing. Music, bro, for sure. The high vibes, affirmations, and the wisdom you drop on YouTube. More affirmations coming on YouTube. I know only dropped 2, but I'm gonna do more affirmations. Sonically, you a beast. I love that. I love hearing that. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Sonically, I'm a beast. I'll folks with it. Me and my son, I'm gonna start some screenshot and all this stuff. That, I forgot how to take a screenshot. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. We can get up off here though. So the next thing I am dropping on YouTube, inshallah, actually I won't say what's the next thing I'm dropping on YouTube. I'm gonna just surprise y'all, because there's a couple of things I have lined up that I want to drop first. Because I do got EPs and stuff that's just in the vault. But I don't know if I should say that for my membership. It's hard, because when I share music, I always want to share it out to the world. This is something that I deal with, like in my consciousness. And it's hard for me to keep my music locked away. It's never usually this case where I want to like keep my music locked behind and gated. You understand me? But like, yeah. But I'm going to show y'all something. See, this is another reason why I kind of don't, it's hard for me to like be on these types of platforms, because then I get to showing y'all shit. So I have a EP that I was gonna drop. I already sent it to the DSPs, but this was my contingent. My contingency was this: I'm only gonna drop this EP if I feel in my spirit by the time comes around that it's worth it. So I already had it sent. You see what I'm saying? This is the EP right here. I already got the EP sent to the stores. And as you see right up there, it's supposed to, I uploaded it 2 days ago. It's supposed to release December 26th. But the only way this EP is going to release, is if my spirit is really, really feeling it. Pyramid stay on repeat just now, starting to hear the rest, and I stand off. Thank you. Pyramids booming. You ate it on my journey. Truly knowing myself and being at the highest level through the music, the talks, live meditations, information, videos, and just being a better man and all. Alhamdulillah. All praise due to Allah. Thank you. Shout out to the ancestors, man. Beauty and Beast is my favorite. Beauty and Beast, I love Beauty and Beast. I was just some real love and energy when I made that song. Now, Bonfire is raw. This EP raw. That song jamming on here, you know, that I had previewed, but I got a song on here called Self Soulmates. It's like some cowboy shit. It's raw. And then I got a song with keys on here called Get Paid. You know what I'm saying? It's called Get Paid Ritual. I just wanted to like just give y'all a little something to just kind of like end off the year. You know what I'm saying? And then I have the original version of Chosen One. That's the first song. Not the version on YouTube. Shout out 19 Keys. So yeah, this Get Paid Ritual is a song. Basically, exactly what it is. It's a Get Paid Ritual. You know what I'm saying? So, but I didn't, my thing is if I feel supported enough as an artist to drop this one last EP for the end of the year, I was gonna drop it. That's how I was feeling. But if not, I was like, nah, you understand? So I'm still on a brink. I still don't know if I want to drop it. You understand me? It's just, and another contingency was that if it gets accepted by Spotify playlist, then I'll let it rock. But if not, I may just hold it off to next year and just come with even just different music next year. Cause I got a lot of different sounds I've been working on, and so I've been kind of like steering away from certain things. And yeah, I done steered away from a lot of different things, and it's just my sound now is already evolved. I evolve so quickly in my music. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I say namaste, whatever y'all want to say. Thank you. Make sure y'all get y'all memberships. We'll do a lot more of these lives. I plan to only do really lives for my memberships. And make sure y'all have a good time. What's your email? My music producer. Oh, okay. I don't know why I held that back. My email is Bashir, BASHEER, music, MUSIC, 24 @gmail.com. That is my first name, Bashir, music, 24 @gmail.com. You the most played artist for my 2023 replay. Hill Wolf 2, my #1 album, played in 2023. Come on, give me that. Give me that. That's just real. As it should be. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. I appreciate that Tafari. So y'all go to onmytu.org. Just tap in with the God. I love y'all. May Allah continue to bless you. May your ancestors, the good ones, not the suckers, continue to shine. They light through you. May y'all join this wolf pack. It's time to be a wolf. It's time for y'all to completely tap into the wolf tribe. I can go deeper into the knowledge of, you know, the women on the wolf tribe pack on membership, but not just on the regular live, because it's just certain things I don't like giving to suckers. I think a lot of men are suckers. A lot of women are suckers. And they hear certain things and they just, you know, people just be weird. And they don't know how to control themselves. So yeah, y'all stay beautiful, y'all stay dangerous, and peace.